Okay, we're back. Took a week off. This is episode 4. I'm your host, Madison, and joined by my co-host,
Michael.
Yeah, so Michael, I guess we can get into...
What's the date? We have to... The date?
We do need to do the date. Today's date is Saturday, August 9th.
August the 9th.
Yep.
That means I am less than a month away from being a dad.
If we go by the due date, that is correct. Yes.
Which, I mean, at this point in like modern medicine, you don't very often like go past the due date. They just
listen. I took an extra 2 weeks.
Yeah, but we're old. That's not modern medicine.
That's modern.
It's pretty old. It's like 30 years outdated.
Yeah. I'm listeners. I'm remembering how old I am, and having.
It's okay. I'm that old too.
I need to get focused because we got a lot to talk about today. So, Michael did take his trip to Atlanta that we talked about on the last episode.
Most of it was fun.
Yeah,
most of it was a good time.
Did you do the touristy bit, going around and just seeing the sights?
No, I've been to Atlanta before. Like we went for specific things this time.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll go ahead.
I took my wife to the Botanical Gardens the first day.
The Botanical Gardens?
The Botanical. I don't know if that's like the southern way of pronouncing it.
I've never heard it pronounced that way.
The Botanical Gardens.
Okay.
They had a lot of flowers. I told her straight up going into it, I'm like, look, I'm not here for me. I'm here for you. This is not what I would pick to do.
So you took your pregnant wife to a place where she would walk around a lot?
Oh, she loved it. She said that she needs to be walking more, and she hadn't been doing it enough. And me forcing her to walk around was good.
Okay. All right. Well,
I probably forced her to walk around too much, though, including taking all our luggage to and from the car.
You didn't do that.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Don't, I can pick up on the sarcasm. Our listeners may not know you so well. And I heard that she got a rare opportunity to listen to a pre-release version of episode 0.
She did
while you were out, so that's good. Gave you a little bit of feedback on there. Obviously, that was the pilot. We were kind of testing the waters. But anything notable happen in your experience in Atlanta?
I mean, yeah, we had some good food. It's always notable eating. Especially.
Remember what show you're on?
The Atlanta. Oh, hold on, let me get this right. Atlanta Breakfast Club.
Okay.
It's like a brunch only type of place. It's weird because it's like this fusion of vintage and modern. Like all the seats and the booths are very like old school diner, but then the rest of the decor is very modernized for what you would expect in Atlanta. Very friendly staff. And I had the Georgia peach chicken and waffles. So good. Best thing I've had in quite a while anywhere. Really good. Probably better than everything I had in California.
That was the name of the business? Was the Atlanta
Breakfast Club. Give them a shout out. Not a paid ad. This is just really good food. Go check them out if you're there. They're close to the World of Coca-Cola, which also went to. Pretty sure I got COVID there. World of Petri dishes. Lots of kids running around, sticking their fingers in your drinks while you're taste testing all the different Coke products.
Oh, it sounds like a great time.
Yes, it was actually fun. They had I have some great pictures on my phone because this is the thing I really want to talk about with not just Atlanta, but probably like entertainment attractions as a whole going forward, especially museums. The weirdest thing to me, we went to the World of Coca-Cola, we went to the College Football Hall of Fame, which I'd never been to before, and I'm a huge college football fan, so I was excited to see that. And at both these places, they were littered with these AI involvement. Like for instance, at the College Football Hall of Fame, you went in and you had this little lanyard with a key card on it. You would scan it at every station, and it started generating your college football personal profile through some questions that you were asked, and turned you into an AI college football Hall of Famer. Now, this is in a recognized museum that's supposed to be talking about the history of something,
Okay.
college football in particular in this case. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Smithsonian starts
So let
incorporating.
me ask you. So you're telling me, okay? So it would ask you questions,
Yeah.
and then it was just taking those kind of questions, building a profile for you, and pretending like you were in the.
Oh yeah.
Or was it giving you a custom tour?
I've got
based off of your preferences?
No. It wasn't. I mean, you could go tour the aspects of the Hall of Fame that are legitimate, that really happened on your own.
Okay.
But everything AI related was generating a fake version of history for yourself. Where I was a Heisman Trophy winner. I was a national championship winning Hall of Fame coach. I was a 5-star football recruit. I was a fanatic that wore a pom pom on my head that I freezed every week before the games for superstitious reasons. Good luck. I was a former fan from the 1920s all the way through the 1980s. I attended the 1982 Iron Bowl. I mean, it was ridiculous. I've got all the pictures too to show that this was the, I would say 60 to 70% of the entire museum was AI related.
Well, do you think that they're doing that because our culture's kind of become a lot more self-centered, and they kind of want to?
I'm sure that's part of it. Yeah,
they want to get more involvement from people because nowadays the only reason people are really watching college football outside of the South and to kind of appeal to an outside audience, and maybe somebody's visiting from somewhere up north or something, would be to have something like this where they can kind of put themselves in the experience. Because nowadays most people are watching college football so that they can check on their parlays, just making sure that all their bets are adding up from all these betting platforms.
One of the biggest reasons the NFL is the top American sport at this point is because of fantasy football, which is you taking ownership of a team versus just sitting there and being a fan and seeing how it plays out with you having no control over any circumstance. Now, was just like betting fantasy football.
Was this part of the regular experience, or was they're like, did you have to pay more for this?
I mean, you got the first thing you did when you went in is answered the questionnaire at a kiosk. And then you would go through, they recommended you start at the top floor and work your way down. So like from the top floor all the way to the bottom were these AI stations all throughout where you would update your history. And then when you got to the bottom floor and you walked into this like play zone area, they had this big screen and it would recognize that you'd walked in with some sort of sensor and it would play your like recruiting profile and your history on the big screen when you walk through the gate.
So I've got two questions. The first question, when it was doing this, what was the most absurd thing that they said about you that you thought was just completely unrealistic?
Completely unrealistic. I did answer that my favorite like game time meal was pizza. I love on my national championship winning head coach Hall of Fame profile after I'd won the national championship at Auburn as a head coach. Yeah. I then retired and opened up my own pizza shop in Bonaire.
Bonaire, Alabama?
Yeah. Which I didn't put anything about Bonaire in anything in my questionnaires. Like it clearly like it saw that my hometown where it was and was like, what's a close city on Google Maps or something, and threw it in Bonaire.
That's pretty funny. And
another funny thing is it asked in the questionnaire, what did you want to be when you grew up? And I put couch potato. And so in one of my profiles it said Michael quit pursuing his dream as a couch potato to become a college football head coach.
Oh.
And it said it on the loudspeaker too.
Now, could other people hear it?
Oh yeah. Like
did anybody chuckle at that one, or was there a lot of people there?
See, the thing is, a lot of people, like you were talking about, are worried about doing their own thing. So like you would do it, and you would hear it in the Chick-fil-A eating area, and then the play zone. So it's like just kids running around playing. So nobody's paying attention. The only people that are looking at the screen are the people that it's for.
Okay. Well, I do have another question. Did your wife do the same thing?
Yeah.
So they gave her all of this for her as well?
Yes. Everybody is all of that. She Instead of saying couch potato, said artist.
So your wife at, let's see, what, 5'4", 5'5"?
Yeah. No, she's 5'7".
I'm not gonna. I will say this: she's not very large, so I won't get into her. I won't get into her weight, but not a not a big person, not built like a football player by any means.
No, but she's still a Heisman Trophy winner.
She won a Heisman Trophy.
She's got a Heisman Trophy.
What position did she?
She actually had better. I don't even know how this works, but she had better stats than me in my profile. Like, we both put receiver, and she had more career catches. She had less drops, but more touchdowns. No, that's all better. Every single aspect of that is better.
Okay, and a coach, too.
And she was national championship winning.
Okay,
coach.
and how many women have received Heisman trophies?
None.
And what was her year as a fan?
I think it almost had the years identical.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
It was a joke. Like, I was looking forward to the College Football Hall of Fame, and third floor was basically the real part to me, like what actually felt like the College Football Hall of Fame as it should be. Lots of historical accuracy, these like very up-to-date, technologically advanced kiosks where everything was touchscreen and you could scroll through every school and the guys that have been inducted into the Hall of Fame, and you could watch highlight videos of them and stuff like that. But that was all condensed into one room, and then once you started going through the rest of the place, it was almost all AI or stuff that involved you and not about the history. Like, you could pretend to be the host of College Game Day, or you could sing your school's fight song on camera, or you could recreate a famous call from the kick six, for instance.
Yeah.
It's fun and all, but it just didn't feel like the Hall of Fame.
What to me. When you were in there, did you discuss this with? I mean, I'm assuming that there was a lot of guys that were bringing their families with them so that they can kind of look at it. What was their? Did you happen to talk with anybody else and get their opinion on the full experience?
There wasn't a lot of people there that day. It was a very rainy day in Atlanta that day, and it was on a Monday, so it wasn't a weekend, not a holiday. So,
do you think this was more targeted for children? Do you think that this was to like inspire them to become these people potentially that have aspirations of doing something in sports?
There's the first level of the Hall of Fame is definitely targeted for children, but I mean, there's definitely parts of the entire museum that the kid's not even going to pay any attention to. It's for the adults, but I don't know. Just weren't a lot of people there that day.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a real interesting experience. Hopefully not a taste of what's to come in the future for every museum.
I'm scared for museums. I'm scared for museums based on what I witnessed.
You think
Coca-Cola had it too.
You think you could have thrown off? You think you could have thrown off the AI? You think you could have put something in there like when you grow up, you wanted to become. I'm gonna dial it back a little bit. You wanted to become like the head of a Satanist church or something.
Oh, I'm sure you could. I mean, they probably got some keywords in there that they're look to flag, so they can work around it. But the only reason I'd probably go back there, unless they just announce that they're taking all the AI out, is to mess with the AI.
Well, what was it like at the Coke? You said it was similar there.
That was much more of a traditional museum, the way it's supposed to be, with just a couple of occurrences of AI throughout.
Did they have like photos?
AI photo booths.
They have like photos of you, and then they would get you drinking Coke. And stuff.
And there's actually some. Those are the funniest pictures, in my opinion. Is the World of Coca-Cola's AI pictures from the trip. I'll have to show them to you.
Well, and that's how
we're done.
That's how it'll be. I mean, they're basically testing their targeted ads for the next generation, where they will show you on screen drinking a Coke.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I think after people kind of get used to that, they're going to start showing your dead relatives drinking a Coke and be like, Michael, why didn't you buy a Coke today? And like trying to like pressure you into it.
That's actually terrifying.
But I mean, they've got all this data from Facebook and stuff that they could just purchase.
At this point, a lot of the the boomers out there, they're they don't really have access to that. I mean, but once the boomers are the dead ancestors,
right?
then they've got it all from Facebook.
Yeah.
So,
it's scary what AI is going to be doing in the future. There are some pretty neat things that are going on in the AI space, though. I do think it is going to, in the long run, make our lives a lot easier.
I mean, AI is not all bad, but it's very different in an unsettling way. It's like way too often AI brings my mind to the uncanny valley.
Yeah.
And that's probably just because of its unsophistication.
For the listeners, what is the uncanny valley?
Something that appears human, but at the same time clearly is lacking something that causes it to be fully human. But it appears on the surface to be human.
Yeah, so it's like in a lot of scary movies where a creature might appear to be human, but there's just something off about it, and it kind of gives you that creep factor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And AI consistently has that. Even the really, really good ones, like our developed sentient human mind, can look at a well advanced AI and still go, something's not right about that.
Well, and let's not forget, we're only a couple of years into AI, right? So it's just going to get better and better. It's certainly something scary. Well, so you think you picked up COVID? You didn't get tested for COVID?
I didn't get tested for it, but I got a lot of the symptoms of COVID, and I've had COVID like 3 times now already. So
lose your sense of taste, or is that a thing anymore?
I done that 2 other times.
It was smell, wasn't it?
Smell and taste, actually, the first time.
You remember the first time you got COVID?
Yeah, I remember. It was like cartoonish how I acted.
Oh yeah, Michael's like, I'm gonna die. I can't smell anything. Oh, we had our gaming set up in the basement. We were living together at the time. Had our gaming set up in the basement. Michael comes down and he's like, I can't smell anything. I really can't smell anything. I think I got the COVID. And he's going around and he's trying to just smell everything in the basement, which is not a lot of smells. It basically just smells like guys and dudes. And then he picks up a thing of rubbing alcohol and opens the bottle and just starts sniffing it. And he's constantly sniffing a very potent like alcohol scent. It's filling up the room. He's like, I can't smell it. And I was convinced he was about to pass out because he was just sitting there inhaling alcohol fumes.
And then I go to my parents' house, which great idea, by the way. Like, you think you've exposed yourself to COVID. Let me try to go expose as many more people as I can. But I go over to their house and
well, there was good reason for that, right? Because you wanted to get away because we were taking care of our grandmother at the time, and so you wanted to get away from her. She was certainly older up in age. She passed away. She's passed away now, but she was in her late 80s at this point.
And she avoided COVID somehow for quite a while.
The entire time, I believe. Yeah. This was right before Thanksgiving, if I remember correctly, because we had I had a catering order that I had ordered from one of the local restaurants here that does Thanksgiving catering, and we just canceled Thanksgiving that year. So I had a big, I believe it was a big, like 30 servings of hash brown casserole that I had ordered.
Snack for you.
And then a big 30 servings of banana pudding and bread pudding. I think those were the dishes that I was planning to bring.
90 servings.
I had, well, they're side dishes, right? They're not meant for to be the main course. And then I think you guys shared some turkey with me. You put it in a bag or something and sent it over. Everywhere was closed, and so I killed all of that. Over the course of about a week, I think, and the gyms were closed. Oh, do you remember the time when the gyms were closed?
Yeah, the gyms were closed. No, that was actually after the gyms closed from like March, April until, was it like end of July, beginning of August?
I want to say it was a good 3 months.
Yeah,
I do remember getting back to the gym and thinking these weights feel heavier. And then during that,
I was running every single day during that period of time.
That's what we had to do.
And I was playing summer organized like full pads football.
Oh, that's right.
During that time, running every day and playing football. That was probably the best shape of my life.
Well, cardio shape.
COVID. No, I just purely.
You think just pure in shape?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you're forced, like when you can't get that your gym fix and you got to run all the time. I remember I got up to running 7 miles a day. Never in my life have I been able to run 7 miles a day. And then I pushed it too hard one day. I think I ran close to probably 8.5 to 9 or something, and hurt my knee. And then I have just not that knee has been a problem for me ever since.
You should probably go to the doctor.
What are they gonna do? Tell me not to run?
They give you like a shot or a new knee or something.
No, I mean it's fine as long as I don't run.
Yeah, but what if you want to run?
It gets like I get about 2 miles in and then it starts bothering me. I don't need to do more than 2 miles. I don't even do half a mile most days. I would say most weeks. It's all cardio now.
Does it pop?
Doesn't pop. Nah, it just starts to get sore.
You should do like I should do like you did when I hurt my shoulder. So I hurt my shoulder in a freak boating accident, tubing accident.
Freak boating, and this isn't one of those governments coming to collect your guns and you say, "Oh, lost it in a boating accident." Type of.
No, I mean I was actually tubing.
He was tubing for the first time in his life. Yeah.
Not. I've tubed before, but not getting pulled by a boat on the lake.
That's tubing.
You can tube in a river.
That's
pretty rough tubing. I got smacked on the head tubing out there before.
Well, yeah, because instead of getting out of the water and walking around the waterfall, you decided to go down the waterfall.
I listened to a guy that told me, "Hey, it's not going to be so bad if you do it. Trust me."
And then you came back with a concussion.
Yeah.
I recall this. Yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, me and tubing don't get along, and I also tore my rotator cuff and my labrum when I was tubing that time, getting pulled by the boat. And then I come home, and you're there, and you're like, "Here, let me just like wring it out for you."
Well, yeah. I just figure, okay, he's pulled something. It's not a big deal. Well, listen, but I'm also the person that when I was out in Colorado, when I used to live in Colorado Springs, I was working out one day. I was trying to max out on bench press, and probably didn't warm up well enough. I'm pushing up close to 300 pounds. It's probably around the 280-ish. And then something just popped, right? The whole, like, this is a big gym. It just kind of echoed throughout the whole gym, and everybody's looking at me. And then I just kind of walked it off. And then, if you wait long enough, your body fixes it. It only took me 3 months, and I was able to start moving my arm again. It was fine.
You could move your arm for 3 months?
Well, only. I mean, I could, my forearm was fine. I could bend at the elbow, but it was just my shoulder.
Know about that.
Oh, it was my right arm.
Okay.
If you're curious, yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm certainly a lefty, but with but then I told you, because that's one of the reasons I picked up and started training with the bow staff, was because I can move that thing around and it's giving me back my flexibility. I'm 100% up good. I didn't have to get any slicing and dicing done with some staples thrown in there like you did.
Yeah, but now my shoulder feels better than long ago, like way before
I'm in the same
injury.
Yeah, I'm the same. I feel the same way. What I've been doing with the bow staff and the bow staff training has definitely built up strength, flexibility, and overall just general joint health, I think, in my arms. That's one of the things, I guess.
I mean, I'm sure it's essentially a form of PT.
Oh, but it's self PT. I took it at my own pace.
But you can't do that for your knee. You can't twist a stick with your knee.
Ooh, not easily.
What do you mean, not easily?
You could try.
Yeah, I want to see you. What do you do? Like stick it in between your toes?
No. Look, it can. I'm just saying. There's something you could do there. Probably. It's like it's like watching
the Ringling Brothers. If
you've seen my dog play with a stick before, and he bounces it between his paws. It'd be something similar to that, right?
I've never seen O'Neal.
He will get
bounce a stick in between his paws.
He will lay on his back. He's chewing on a stick, and he'll just start using his paws, and then it'll just kind of be up in the air for a second. It just goes back and forth a little bit, trying to catch a different angle on it.
To be fair, I haven't seen O'Neal in quite a while, so
yeah. When are you gonna get?
O'Neal may have learned a lot of tricks since I last saw him.
Yeah, well, he misses you, bud. You gotta come visit. He probably thinks you died.
He probably does.
Yeah, that's how dogs. That's how
It does.
dogs do. Like, hey, remember that one guy that used to be part of this pack? What happened to him?
He just wandered off and died.
Yeah. Yeah, he hurt he hurt one of his shoulders, and then
He
he's
just
gone.
he dead catted out in the woods.
I got a question for you.
All right.
So it's an age-old question, right? I think that there's a consensus on to what the correct answer is. But Michael, and then this is a total change of subject. Which way do you put toilet paper on a toilet paper roller?
I mean, I've technically put it on both ways before, but one way was by pure accident.
So it wasn't unintentional.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the only way to put toilet paper on is when you're pulling it down.
Well, you pull it down both ways.
No, because if it's the other way, then you're pulling it off up.
So
because you shouldn't be pulling it from the back side of it.
You shouldn't be coming from the back. So back being against the wall.
Back being against the wall.
Yeah. So if you got the roller, this is the wall, this is the roller sticking out. The paper's not going down like this; it's coming over and out. Right?
Yeah. So that when you pull down, the rotation is going over like this.
Right.
Yes.
I completely agree.
Yes.
See, this tends to be a disagreement I have with my girlfriend, and she's been intentionally, I believe, to get on my nerves, and because she believes she believes it to be the other way. Now, the only argument I've heard for doing it the other way is if you have a cat that has a problem of unrolling your toilet paper and gets out in front of it, and
then
take
the cat to the nearest Chinese restaurant if the cat's doing that.
Grief.
What? You're not allowed to say that?
No, I don't think.
I was just saying, donate it. It can train the cat not to do that, and then give it back to you. And
are you saying that because we have an animal shelter next to the Chinese restaurant?
I'm saying that because the animal shelter's overran, and the animal shelter doesn't need any more. So, next closest establishment.
Because they're gonna take their. Oh, I see. Because there's always leftover Chinese food, and then they can actually survive out behind the Chinese place.
Yes.
And based off of the customers' leftovers,
and they just let the cat go out there for.
Okay. Yeah. See, for some reason, I was thinking you were
always jumping to conclusions.
I thought you were going a totally different direction with that.
Yeah,
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate your opinion on which way the toilet paper is supposed to go.
Now, what if you got a sideways
one?
Yeah, like mounted on the wall.
I say facing the toilet. Paper's coming
You're pulling
off the top, facing the toilet. Yeah.
Yeah, because then the other way you'd have to be like pulling it away.
Right. That just makes sense to me.
But then I've seen a lot of places going with like the Gen Z lazy approach, where it's like we don't even put the toilet paper on the roll anymore. We just like leave it on the back of the toilet. Then it's like a BYOT situation.
Well, I mean, there is the odd occasion. I'm kind of in the ballpark of keeping it both ways, having one on the roll. But I mean, if you need the extra flexibility, right, keeping it on the back of the toilet. Say you're wanting to
double fisting.
Well, that I was thinking more along the lines of tissue paper, or you need to catch a little bit so that you can get your, after you've shaved, you can get it out of the sink. Just dab it a little bit, get the flakes off, and then throw it in the toilet. But
I thought you were saying you were multitasking.
No, I don't. Multitasking, huh?
Yeah.
No, I try to stay focused. It's one objective at a time in the restroom. I think that's probably the best approach.
I would not want to try to shave at the same time.
No, not unless you're in a hurry.
There's nothing I'm rushing for.
Okay.
Where I gotta still do that at the same time.
Well, you're gonna have.
They can wait.
speaking of like cleaning up messes, you're gonna have Cade coming soon. Have you guys?
We got a disposal bin that's like it's like motion sensor.
Motion sensor?
Yeah. So you're sitting there and you're changing the diaper and you got the dirty one and you take it off and then you're just like just wave your hand, or you can wave the diaper.
So you don't have to touch anything.
And then it just the lid just lifts and you just like Kobe.
Okay. That's that'll be good. I guess I was thinking more of messes that kids leave around after playing with toys and stickiness and
no toys,
whatever. Just no toys.
No toys.
Yeah, just get them set
the
up.
The toys will be in the child's imagination.
Okay, that works.
And there's sticks outside.
If they're your kid, they're gonna have a strong imagination. You certainly had one when you were a child. Yeah, used to come up with all sorts of games that you would invent and then get mad at other people for not understanding the rules.
How could you not understand? Of course,
because
on the flip side, one time on a boys' trip, we had this epic moment where Teach tried to explain to you what imagination is. So, like, I might have too much of an imagination, but you don't have enough of an imagination. And Teach decided that he was going to have the undertaking of trying to explain what imagination is to you.
It is true. The concept of imagination is
a little SpongeBob.
It's kind of rough. It's kind of hard for me. I grasp things based off of prior observations and the idea of coming up with something like that's not there. So I think it stemmed from the conversation of why they like Dungeons and Dragons so much.
Yes,
and
it did.
And how they can immerse themselves in this like reality inside their head while I'm just sitting there looking at everybody throwing dice around and looking at it like a strategy board game.
But see, I have a lot of imagination, and I also don't partake and enjoy.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's.
I think it's like a Giddens trade or something.
It's not an enjoyment thing so much as it is just the ability to kind of immerse myself in it. And I think even then you were able to kind of immerse yourself a little bit better than I was when we would play with them, which it wasn't too often. But yeah, I just always struggled like visualizing the surroundings, and we're moving from one room of a dungeon to the next room, or we're going from one town to the next town over, and it was I always had to have consistent reminders, but then we just got into the idea of like how to visualize something that doesn't exist, and there was certainly alcohol flowing at this point where the boys and I, or I should say, Teach and I were just going back and forth for about 30 minutes, him trying to explain and help me understand the idea of immersing myself in a reality that doesn't exist. It definitely turned into one of those things that's memorable, and we bring it up from time to time.
It was like he was in like full blown teaching mode, like you were one of his second graders in front of him. Like, this is like imagination, like not what's in front of you, but what you can perceive, what you can think of. And you were just kind of looking at him like, what? Think of it.
So I've always struggled with,
but I think you were messing with him to a certain extent.
I'll be honest with you, dude. I really wasn't. This is purely like, and honestly, I remember, like, I recall being a younger kid, and we would, they'd be like, oh, just draw a picture. I'd be like, well, what do you want me to draw? Or you need to come up with something, like write about something. And it was like freestyle writing or something. This was 6th grade English. I remember they're like, just write about whatever you want to write about. I said, I want you to tell me what to write about, because I couldn't come up with something to just write about. Like I needed some sort of concept to focus on to then expand around, and to just come up with the idea of writing a story. I remember I ended up writing an entire story of it was I'm writing a story about not knowing what to write about. Is what I ended up writing. I wrote a narrative about me sitting in a classroom not knowing what to write about.
Like your imagination or lack thereof went into like a safety override protocol. And it was like, all right, since we're forced to use our imagination, I'm just going to write about the only real thing going on right now, which is just me stuck in this room having to write about something that's fake.
It's exactly right. And I do remember the funny part of it was, we actually had to get up and read each other's stories. And the guy that got up and read my story, he couldn't keep a straight face. He was like, this is great. But, there's kids in the room writing about their pet dragon, going on like rides through the mountains. And I'm like, why couldn't I think of that? Like, that's awesome. Like, it's dragons.
Hold on. We have our first official cuss word on the CuzWords.
CuzWords podcast?
On the CuzWords. I have to go back and also, this is another note from my wife. She said, that bleep's got to be better. So the bleeps that I've been putting in are, like, it sounded good to us in post, but they sounded really, really bad in the car. Like, they were going to blow the speakers.
Oh, really? Okay, well, we might have to go back and edit.
So I got to go back and fix the bleeps. But we have our first official, if it picked up on the mic, the bleep, necessary bleep.
Was it me? Did I do
it?
Yeah,
it was you.
Oh, okay. All right, well, we might have to start keeping tally. Well,
yeah, we need a swear. We need a jar. We need a swear word jar.
Yeah.
And then I don't. Are we doing seasons? Or are we just going just episode?
We'll see how it goes.
Like after every certain amount of episodes, it's like the person that sweared the least gets to take home the jar or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. We'll have to, like I said, keep a tally. But
we made it 5 episodes before the first one officially. You said it was going to be tough. It hasn't been that tough.
Well, I don't even remember doing it. You said I did it, but I honestly don't even remember what I said. And
it's not as bad though as so the place that I work at. Of course, we do sports, and we were doing a girls' basketball game one time. It was me and this high school student was doing it, and he'd only done a few games.
Okay.
And so we're coming back.
Is it live?
Yeah, we're live. We're coming back from break, and he just like lets out this tirade, not even mad or anything, just kind of like watching the game, and he's like, "Oh, what?" And he said like 4 words back to back to back to back. And they were kind of under his breath, but still into the mic.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at him like, dude, what are you doing right now? Like, what? We're live. And he didn't even like know that we were live or anything. And then after it, I was like, so, you can't say all that stuff on the air, right? And he's like, what are you talking about? I didn't say it. So we went back and listened to it. And you could hear like every single word that he said, like,
have somebody monitoring that with a delay or in a button?
No, you got to be at like the top of the top to have like some sort of like auto delay that's either not being monitored by somebody that'll detect through software words or an actual master control person sitting there ready to hit the buzzer. Like, we don't have that. It's just it's up to you. You can't say what you're not supposed to say. And the kid he'd done fine up until that point, just completely lost his surroundings, wasn't thinking about what he was doing anymore, and was just watching the game, and he's just like, oh, I can't believe that. No, what are you doing? What's happening? You're on the air, man.
Oh man, that's funny. Has he been invited back since?
Yeah, he had like a little like mini break where he was forced to just be camera guy for a few weeks.
What does that mean? You get like FTC
the
violations?
The thing that was lucky for him is it was just a girls' basketball game, so we were not only monitored. Not only were we not like fully on all networks like we would be for other sports, but we were also not heavily viewed.
Okay.
Or listened to at that time.
So it just went unnoticed?
By most people, yes.
Okay. And the people that did notice probably just chuckled.
Yeah, the people that noticed were like, finally, some entertainment here.
Okay. Well, there's aspects to women's sports that can be entertaining.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love softball. Softball is the best women's sport, and it ranks up near the best overall sports. Highly entertaining.
Yep.
And the reasons being so is they took baseball, which is popular men's sport, and they modified certain aspects of it, not just like one or two things, but like all, from the top to the bottom of how the sport works, to figure out the way that it would best suit women. Basketball was like, let's make the ball a little smaller.
Well, they lowered the hoop, didn't they?
No.
No? Okay.
No, that's why you never see a woman dunk.
What about the 3-point line? Isn't that
No.
modified? It's not?
No. It's modified between professional and college and high school, but that doesn't change for boys and girls.
Interesting.
But softball is vastly different from baseball.
I have a lot of
even though it's still stick ball.
I have a lot of appreciation for those underhand pitches.
Oh yeah,
I can't imagine being able to like throw a ball that way.
There was a girl for the University of Tennessee this past year. She was throwing the ball fast enough that the equivalent, if you were standing on a major league mound throwing the ball to home plate, would have clocked in at like 108 miles per hour.
That's wild.
Which is faster than any major league pitch. I mean, she was throwing it like 79 miles an hour underhanded.
And how do you determine the 108 then? It's just based off of the wind resistance and the size of the ball?
It's just based on like length of distance between the plate and the mound, and then it's just changed based on speed there versus what it would be.
Okay.
Yeah. If the distance was further.
Man,
back.
I remember in just a recreational league in college. I was on a recreational kickball league. One of the pitchers that we had on our team, she was a softball pitcher in high school. Man, the only reason we won games was because of her. The pitching's not too different.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely want to keep it in the air in actual softball.
Yeah, but she,
but
at practice
she still get it fast. I'm sure faster than most people because they're not used to that mechanic of underhanded throwing.
Yeah, everybody else would have guys out there pitching, and we had this girl that used to play softball, and it was a fun time.
Kickball's a fun recreational sport. Something I
you ever play Chicago ball?
Oh, I mean, I might have, but I just didn't call it that. I don't know.
Chicago ball is like a combination of softball and kickball, where the ball's bigger, it's a little bit softer, but you're also able to peg people with it to get them out. And but you do use a bat.
Oh, I was about to say I've always played kickball with pegging.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Chicago ball. So Chicago ball.
I don't think I've ever played with a bat.
It's halfway between softball and this isn't a kickball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different game entirely. Halfway between softball and kickball. Play with a bat. The ball's about halfway between a softball and a kickball. But play with a bat. It's ball's larger, far fewer home runs. And you get to peg people with it. It's a very fun game. We used to play it on
I think I've ever played it
on camping trips in Boy Scouts.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, I think
Boy Scouts was more fun for me or for you than it was for me. I'll tell you that. Everything about it, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, we stayed at the same campsite.
I got chased by an albino skunk.
You did,
and I got dehydrated. But the mud run was fun.
That was the thing that I didn't like.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
Adventure Valley is what it was called.
Yeah.
This was a Sequoia Boy Scout camp.
Yeah, so we had like two different troops would share a campsite. I don't know how many campsites there were on total on the entire property.
About 12.
So we had, you probably had like 24 troops there at once, essentially.
No. So our troop took out 2 of the campsites.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's been on the side of your troop. Sure.
Yeah, because we had a large troop. We were closer to Birmingham. He was out here where they shared one with another troop.
Yeah, and this troop, one of their scholars,
what does that mean?
He decided it would be a good idea to chop the head of a skunk off.
With
a hatchet.
You can't do that.
Like in the tent on the campsite.
Yeah, that's a good way to get kicked out of camp.
And but it also the stench that it put out. I don't know if that's supposed to ward off the skunks or they come and they want revenge.
Well, you were at a place called Boone's Place. That was the campsite. And I want to say that Boone is like French for skunk or something. And it was
Daniel Boone?
What? No, I don't know what Daniel Boone.
Isn't that a famous historical person?
It does sound right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I mean, history is my worst subject.
Well, I'm certainly no history pro.
I need AI to tell me what my life was like during Daniel Boone's
we need
era.
Teach or Bone out here to kind of help
Bone
us.
definitely. Bone will be scolding me for even considering referencing something historical. He's like, you know your place, and it's not in history.
But so the campsite was called Boone's Place, and they were known for this was the skunk one. This is where, at least in our troop, all the first year Boy Scouts would stay at Boone's Place. It was kind of like the ritual. You had to deal with the skunks because you're the first years, and then after that we would go to Raccoon Valley. I think was the other campsite that but they didn't have raccoons. It was just called that. There was also, I mean, I don't remember the names of all of them, but I remember the one we definitely didn't want to stay at was Chigger Ridge.
That sounds bad, yeah.
Yeah.
But at Boone's Place, we got, after the head of the skunk got chopped off, there was this night of peril where all the bad things happened, and I never went to sleep the entire night. We got chased throughout the site, me and my buddy, by an albino skunk that can best be described as the identical cousin of the honey badger.
Aggressive.
Yes, it looked like a honey badger chasing us around. I mean, and I was like 12. I was scared to death. I thought I was going to die. So I'm running all around everywhere trying to get away.
Let's do paint the picture, right? Because at this time, Michael's experience with the outdoors was limited. You know,
it's always been limited.
Think about, a kid that grew up, and once you put a Game Boy in his hand, only knew how to sit down, really.
Air-conditioned environments were my favorite.
Right, yeah. Also scarred from, and we can talk about your experience with stinging insects later.
Oh, boy.
But having the, so being chased by anything other than maybe a bug was just outside of your...
No, I'd rather deal with like an animal than a flying insect.
Well, flying insects, that's because, okay, we'll get into it. Michael was helping our grandfather at one point when we were younger clear out was it a wasp nest?
He thought it'd be fun to show me him clearing out a yellow jacket, I think yellow jacket or wasp, I can't remember which. And he's like, yeah, you can just spray it and knock it down with this broom. But he, I guess, didn't spray it effectively, and then only hit about half the nest, which just opened it up, and the swarm came out, and I got stung like a numerous amount of times.
Did he get stung?
No, they came after me.
Yeah, well, so that is one of the things that if listeners, if you don't know this, if they're swarming, don't panic, don't run. So that, and I'm sure that's what happened is you started running, and so I think they assume the guilt of the person that's running, and so they start chasing.
Yeah, Papa just stood there and watched. And he's like, "Oh, nothing I can do now."
Well, listen, he was built. He knew that was going to help you build a character, right? It's going to make you tougher. Unfortunately, he was wrong because now, anytime there's any sort of flying insect around Michael, he gets this PTSD,
traumatizing
PTSD reaction, where he starts. Best way to put it is, cowardice.
Well, the thing is, I got better than I used to be. I used to be like pure, fight or flight. I was neither. I was freeze. But now I'll at least react in a get out of there situation. Or I did have this one day where I was working, and I was forced to stay in a position, and there just happened to be a swarm of bees in the downtown area that day, and I couldn't leave. So all I was manned with, I was armed with a clipboard, and I killed around 20 bees that day with a clipboard.
Oh wow, that's the closest you've gotten us to getting canceled here.
What, killing 20 bees?
Bees are there's not a lot of them left. Bees are very essential to to
Well, I don't.
to
Okay,
the ecosystem.
okay. This probably this is more ignorance on my part, but I call all the things that fly around and buzz bees.
Everything that stings.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It could have been yellow jacket wasp, hornet. I don't know what it was.
Well, were they swarming around something in particular?
They were just all around the downtown area. They weren't really in packs or anything. They were just
My guess.
tons buzzing around.
My
and they'd
guess
come by
is it
your
was.
face,
My guess is it was Yellow Jackets.
and I was swatting the crap out of them.
Because Yellow Jackets are more, you'll see bees swarm around a bush like with flowers on it. Those are bees. They're fatter.
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets, they're just going after anything. If they smell anything sweet like sugars or Diet Cokes or something, or not Diet Cokes, but just regular Cokes. They're gonna try to like get into your drink. Man, I do remember one time being just completely unprovoked at a Boy Scout event, talking to a kid who was standing there. A bee flew up, landed on his, or not a bee, a wasp flew up, landed on his face. And we're as close as we are now, which is less than probably 2.5 feet. We're talking in front of this single microphone that we share, and this wasp comes up, and he just kind of scratches his face because he didn't realize a wasp had landed on him. He just scratches it, and I watched that thing and very, very closely just sting his face. Not a big kid, not a very tough kid, just starts wailing, and I mean going like crying his eyes out, and I'm just like, oh that sucks. And but wasps are evil. Bees are great. Bees do a lot of good things.
Did you think in that moment maybe I should slap the wasp?
This happened in less than 5 seconds. Landed on his face. He reached up because he felt that sensation. He just wanted to scratch it. Just stung him immediately.
If a wasp lands on your face, would you? And you're like a complete stranger or an acquaintance. Would you be okay with them rearing back and slapping the crap out of you to kill the wasp?
No.
You're getting stung no matter what.
That's not necessarily how wasps work, though. I've never seen another wasp land on somebody's face before. There's just this one.
No, that's got to be pretty rare.
Yeah, it probably just stopped to take a break, rest its wings. Needed to,
I think it's so offended by the scratch coming.
He probably thought he was getting attacked. That's all,
Wasps and yellow jackets would be terrible leaders of the civilized world. They just nuclear button the first sign of somebody coming to scratch at them.
Well, so what's nice about bees is, it's not nice about it, but it's helped with their, aggressiveness, is that if they sting, that's it. They're dead. They can only sting once. Wasps can sting over and over.
Can sting over and over.
Hornets as well, yeah, and yellow jackets too. They can sting as many times, but bees are great because that keeps them less aggressive. Because they've just, the aggressive ones die immediately, and so over time they've weeded that out in their genetics. And
also, hornets can just burrow in the ground, so that's what I hate. I'm out mowing the yard, and I'm just gonna roll over a hornet nest in the ground, and no idea, and bam.
Okay, so do you know how to handle that if you see a bunch of hornets swarming a hole that they've dug out in the ground?
I'm afraid I'm not gonna. If I see them swarming over a hole, I'm not gonna go near it. But I'm afraid I'm gonna run over a hole that I didn't know they were in.
I see. Yeah, and that does happen. Gasoline. I believe you're supposed to pour a little bit of gasoline down the hole. No. I didn't say light it on fire. Let's hold on now. I said we're not trying to start another wildfire. I'm just talking.
Have you seen that scene from Saving Private Ryan? Have you seen Saving Private Ryan?
It has been a minute, but describe the scene.
It's like it's after the storm in the beach scene when they're kind of checking out over the landscape after the ones that have survived and made it through, and then they get to this German bunker and they're trying to flush it out, but they can't. So they just start Molotoving the front hole until they have lit everything inside it on fire, and then they just start flooding out the top trying to escape.
Okay.
That's what I would do to a hornet's hole in the ground. If I'm mowing the lawn and I run over one.
Well, so I think
I'm Saving Private Ryan in that thing.
I think they're more likely to survive if you actually light it on fire because then they'll fly out. The gasoline goes away. Yeah, you might kill the larva or whatever they're doing to make new ones, but the gasoline, it's the fumes that gets them. They suffocate.
Yeah, I've seen people do that, like in the like a nest. They'll put gasoline in like a balloon or something and put it around it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You remember that time we had a wasp nest up and we had in on our front where
like
Michael and I
light fixture.
In the light fixture.
Yeah.
All I did was I took a Walmart bag, put the Walmart bag over it, tied it, left it there for 2 weeks, and then came back and they were all dead.
No oxygen.
Because it was, they just couldn't fly away and they couldn't fly in. So they couldn't go get food. But it was a big wasp nest, and this was an enclosed, like, glass fixture. And so I just made it airtight where they couldn't get out, and they would try and try. And then a couple weeks later, just took it down, a bunch of dead wasps in the bottom of the bag, and cleared out the light. Worked fine. Yeah. No, this is the South. We got a lot of those stinging bugs.
Because you talk about back when you were living in Colorado, you had to deal with like Mothman.
Well, I can't say I had too many encounters. What are you? What are you?
You said there was like giant moths.
Oh, the moths.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm
what do you
sorry.
think I was talking about?
Like the cryptid, the Mothman cryptid.
The actual cryptid moth.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I didn't have too many encounters.
just a couple. Saw him at a few parties.
I mean, happens. Yeah, he's actually a nice guy. He gets a bad rep.
Yeah.
No, but the moths were huge. I had one time just show up in my apartment. Don't know where it came from, but I took a picture and put my hand up next to it with the moth beside it, and the moth was bigger than my hand.
That's crazy.
And with we had a friend that lived up there. It's generic enough, and I wouldn't really talk to him anymore. I'll just say his name. His name was Peter, and he was scared to death of moths. I mean, he was scared of moths like you're scared of stinging insects.
Yeah, that's like, I get that phobias can sometimes, obviously, my phobia of bees, hornets, whatever you want to say, is not rational to some people, but then you hear things like people being scared of like all sorts of crazy things. And like a moth can't hurt you. You can't bite, can it?
No. Yeah, moths can't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they eat like wool and cotton. They'll hurt your clothes. They won't hurt you.
Do you have a phobia?
Commitment.
It's a good thing to say right now. We do have a live studio audience right now.
No,
of one person.
Yes, my girlfriend. She is sitting in today. She's over in the background. She's done her best to be quiet. She doesn't have the.
She did a really good job just now.
Yeah, she thought that was funny, but she
funny's a word.
But listen, she has done a really good job on helping and to be very patient with that phobia that I have, and it's been a I admire her for that, absolutely. Jokes aside, heights can get me sometimes. There are a few things. You're not going to catch me bungee jumping or skydiving. I don't see myself do. I'm okay with roller coasters. If I'm strapped in good enough, I'm okay with it. If I'm waiting in line and there's hundreds of people that are getting off the same ride that I'm about to get onto, that's fine. I won't be the first person to test a roller coaster. Not that I'm presented that opportunity too often to be a first rider, but and I can kind of talk myself out of it if there's enough people that are like, well, if that person can do it, I'll probably do okay.
I mean, in terms of the like daredevil and having fun with heights and stuff, like your genetics only had so much to share, and your sister basically stole all of it. So it's no surprise that you're not.
Oh no!
Too keen
I think
on
my
that.
sister kind of she tries to chase death. I think she sees it as a she wants to go out doing something flashy without doing anything like on purpose. Well, if it happens kind of mentality, right?
I've heard that exact quote from many an adrenaline junkie, where it's like a mantra or something. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Which is fair and all. I mean, your loved ones would hate that, obviously.
Sure.
But you can't stop people from doing what they love, and if that's what somebody loves. But she definitely does like. There's like a, how do I put this? Safe in quotation marks. There's a safe way of being an adrenaline junkie. I feel like she does all the like safe things. Like there's a standard practice for going and skydiving now.
Yeah.
There's a standard practice. Like she's not the type of person that's like, I'm gonna walk over to this cliff and cliff dive where nobody's done it before.
Yeah, she's not. She's
not that.
She's not wearing a wingsuit. She's not. She's not jumping off a cliff wearing a wingsuit. And
she's not testing uncharted waters.
Trying to free climb without a safety harness or something like that. She's not that kind of. She's not to that level.
But she is like, if people have done it before and it's been deemed to be something that's relatively safe, she's not gonna turn her nose to it. She's gonna try it out if it ups the ante.
She's maximizing her experience. Her experiences. I mean, it's it's nothing I'm all that interested in doing. I like kind of I don't know. That's just a lot of calories to burn. You know what I mean? Like getting that hyped up over something that I didn't have to do. I think I'd rather feel that level of excitement winning a 1v1 in Octagon or something.
What's something that, like, all right, you're in a plane 30,000 feet above ground level, and they say at the bottom of this is blank. What's something that would like get you over your fear of jumping, that you're like, I gotta jump, I gotta get that
without a parachute?
No, I mean
with a parachute.
Yeah, you're dead. What are you talking about? You're not getting what's ever at the bottom.
Well, I didn't know if we were talking because. Well, I'll tell you, I heard this story the other day. There was a, oh man, I'm gonna screw this up. I want to say it was some war back like when they were like the South Vietnam, like during the Vietnam War, the South, they
never heard of the South Vietnam War.
No, it was the Vietnam War, but the Southern Vietnamese, which
like the Viet Cong or
the I back in the 70s there was this thing called the Vietnam War. Oh yeah, he's gonna bone. I think is the term that we're going with. The Americans come in and they say, hey, we've got these planes and we need volunteers to jump out of the plane. And they got all of their best soldiers, their most supposedly like the most courage-based soldiers that were not afraid of anything. And of the 30 most like brave soldiers that South Vietnam had, only 5 raised their hands. And he goes up to the general. He says, I thought these were your most fearless warriors. Why can't we get a couple to jump out of the airplanes? And then he realized that he forgot to tell them that there was going to be parachutes. And so 5 of these men were offered to jump out of an airplane without parachutes. And he goes, makes a little bit more sense now.
What, then did they do like a psych test on the 5 guys that said yes? Like, hey, what's wrong with you?
No. Look, they're fearless. They think, they're like, I'll do it. Yeah. But anyway, all right. So what's at the bottom? I don't know, man. I'm sure I got a cash value there.
Is it?
I mean, I do it. Like, listen, it's
everybody's got a price, right? I was wondering if there's something like beyond money.
Beyond money.
Yeah.
So, well, if I'm doing it, see, I won't do it for the thrill. If I do it for something and it's going to be like productive, if it's something, if I'm going to get something out of it, I might do it. I wouldn't see a reason not to, but I'm not doing it just to do it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you could tell me there's a like, I don't know, um, a, a delicious sirloin. I mean, honestly, if I'm getting
just a real good steak at the bottom.
But here's what I don't see. Here's what I don't see myself doing is paying for the experience just for the experience.
Nah, you don't have to pay for it.
I know that's what I'm saying. If it's free and I'm getting something out of it, I'll do it. That's fine. But I just won't do it just to do it. I don't see any reason.
Oh yeah.
It's just for
I'm
the
too
adrenaline.
afraid of like. I'd probably be more willing to. They got those like indoor skydiving places.
I've done those. I've done that before.
I'd be more interested in doing that. I've never done one before than like an actual one because I'd be afraid the whole time I'm gonna be the guy. Parachute cord doesn't release properly or whatever. Like the feeling of skydiving would be really fun. I'm sure.
Well, it's different. You don't have that gut reaction of like I'm falling when you're in one of those wind tunnels. When I did it, it had it's just like, oh man, my skin's getting really dry.
You needed the G-force effect, stuff like that.
What do you mean?
Like I'm sure when you're falling,
you don't, but you don't fall though. The indoor ones, it's a big fan that blows down at the bottom, and it blows really fast air up to keep you floating, and you're in there, and the only thing you walk in from the side, and then you just go.
Get propelled upwards.
Yeah, you get propelled upwards, and then they can control the speed of the fan so that you're going like.
They just shut the fan off after they send you up.
Oh well, there's a big net down at the bottom. Obviously, they don't want people falling into the fan, which it's a very fast fan, almost like an airplane jet. But
so you're saying there's even danger at this? I mean, you could
not really.
Malfunction could happen there too.
Well, no, because you get caught by the net, and then there's a hole in there's another layer. There's like 4 nets underneath to like extra redundancy.
Maybe I've just seen one too many Final Destinations, but I just feel like you fall. They didn't check the hole in the net. A quarter comes out of nowhere and like stops the fan from stopping, so it keeps rotating. It flings the quarter upward, smacks you in the face, so you turn sideways, fall through the net,
and then you get chopped up.
Yeah, and then you get chopped up.
I mean, yeah, typically
happens every day.
Typically, the Final Destination stuff though isn't that more situations that you're just going through life and then happens.
Yeah. Dang, man, that's 2 in an episode. And it's the same cuss word twice.
Okay, so that's what I said the first time.
We found a theme here.
Okay.
And we talked about toilet paper, too.
Oh, dude, I don't even think I introduced the name of the podcast, by the way, at the beginning of this episode. So I think I just said this is episode 4.
CuzWords.
CuzWords, yeah. 2 cousins' words.
2 cuz words for 1 cousin.
This episode, yeah. Wow, I'm surprised. I thought I would be the one that wouldn't slip first, but
you thought I'd slip first?
I thought maybe, yeah. I don't know. I thought I had a good. Listen. I can hold myself in a professional environment pretty well, and I know you're. I'm sure off camera, you boys are just
no.
Really?
At work, they're always like trying to figure out how to get me to cuss.
You know what keeps auto playing on my Spotify?
What?
Your episode where you guys are talking about length and girth. It just keeps auto playing.
That's fantastic. I love that episode. He had no idea where I was going with that, and I was like, "Hey, he thought I was just talking normal football."
Take it from the top.
Oh, so I'm a big Auburn football fan. Auburn football head coach Hugh Freeze had a recent quote. He was talking. Well, first I started it talking about his quote about trying to ease the new quarterback in, not go so hard on him defensively in this fall camp. And he thought that's what we were going to focus on, like the legitimacy of that. And then I hit him with that quote near the end where he was talking about wanting more players with length and girth. And I thought he was just going to laugh. And then he doubles down and he's like, "Well, we had a lot of length and girth back in my day." And I saw it firsthand, and I was like, "What?"
I mean, he listed off players. He's talking about Bo Jackson.
Players that had all this length and girth.
I mean, it's funny, but I mean, I turned my car on, and I'm not kidding. Like, not only do I just like stop it, but it goes to Michael just saying length and girth somewhere halfway through it.
Tell you what, our show, I will say this, yes, a lot of the time the topic does become too much about me and my eating habits, but we have our good moments too. It says some very quotable things. I should probably bleep that. Host says some quotable things.
Yeah, you're.
Hey, I got a lot of editing work to do.
Yeah, well, it's not. I mean, it's not too bad. What we got three things. We definitely didn't keep our buzzer going today, so we're gonna have to.
I have no idea where some of that happened either.
You had your answer for who flew the airplane in one of your latest episodes, and you said instead of Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, Earnhardt. I had NASCAR on the brain.
Yeah, clearly. That was pretty funny. That got me and the girlfriend.
I was sick this past one, and so they did Romper Room, and he played himself, and they're claiming that it counts as a win for him. Explain that. How's that fair?
You're not the host.
But it's not even hit. Like, they both decided.
Well, I mean, what the host says is usually goes, right?
Man. I was up 3, and now it's tied.
I'm pretty confident you'll make a comeback. I'll be honest.
I'm on a 3-game losing streak now.
I don't know. I feel like he's also going back and relearning some math stuff.
I think he's got a tutor.
Better. You think so?
I think he's hired a tutor.
Oh, mention that on the next one.
Yeah, I think he's got a ringer.
Man, I think we're actually coming up on time here. We're a little bit over hour 11, hour 12 now.
Yeah, we went basically this last time.
Yeah,
about hour 15 last time.
But it's yeah. Enjoy talking with you.
Of course, we started the outro at dead on an hour last time, and it took us 15 minutes to get out. So if we're starting,
you're doing it again. I'm working on the outro right now, and you're delaying. You're adding something else.
It's gonna be an hour 30.
No, we'll be sure to wrap this up here in the next 30 seconds or so. And with that is episode 4 of CuzWords.
CuzWords.
Yeah.
Two cousins.
2 cousins this time.
2 cousins on 2 words.
Yep. And a host that needs to get bleeped out.
Probably should just bleep out the whole episode.
Yeah. Well, nothing's released yet. We can keep this for us. I tell you what. Let's run. Nope. No, we'll save it for next time.
Wait, what were you going to say? Wait,
we'll pick it up next time. I'll know where to start on the next episode.
You got a topic already?
Yeah.
I'm still wondering what your topic is that you teased episode 0.
Well, we'll also get into something that'll lead us closer to that here next time.
It's a re-tease.
Yeah. Episode 0. I did mention that there's going to be something that I want to talk with Michael about, but we need to be on camera for it because this is going to involve a lot of facial expressions and loss of words. So, all right. Well, hey, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
See ya.